Yo, what's going on, guys? So with the season wrapping up this week, I thought what better way to do the final matchup of FAKER versus Dopa for their Season 8 final clash that they had, which was around about 1 week ago when they played. It was a great matchup. Twisted Fate into FAKER's Kled mid. FAKER was actually playing on stream during it. It was pretty funny to watch chat pass by. But FAKER, obviously, he's grinding solo queue again after taking a bit of a break. And Dopa obviously was grinding for that rank 1 in Korea, but he couldn't quite get there. He started playing a little bit of weird champions, started playing like some Lissandra. He's been streaming recently over on Huya, the Chinese streaming platform, playing a bit of Aatrox, Akali. He's testing a couple of champions because he said his champion pool right now for Season 8 wasn't good enough. So he wanted to make sure in the preseason he learns these new OP champions. So without further ado, let's get into today's gameplay. Alright, so heading to the game now, quickly looking at the runes, guys. So Dopa has opted for the Comet setup with the Resolve secondary tree. This Comet setup into these type of matchups such as Kled, you can get a lot of poke off early, but also if you're all ins, you obviously have that Resolve tree. You're going to get that bone plating up, you're going to resist a lot of the damage that the Kled puts down. In my opinion, Kled is actually a pretty strong mid laner. You see Caps actually spamming it right now in European solo queue. I think Kled obviously has some pretty bad matchups, things like Lissandra. But all in all, I think overall the Twisted Fate does pretty well into the Kled. Just because Dopa obviously has that gold card, he can drop it onto the Kled, CC him up, stun him up, the team can follow up with some damage. But I mean, if FAKER gets going, if he gets a couple of solo kills, if he gets some assistance from the Sejuani at level 6, you're good to go. But other than that, I mean, Twisted Fate can mill into Kled. Sedge, I definitely think that the Dopa and Peanut combo is really going to be putting a lot of pressure on the map early in the 2v2 scenario. Sejuani right now is really not played almost at all, just because of how important early pressure is from things like the Camille, the Xin, the Talia. Lee Sin is also very good. There's lots of these early game junglers that definitely outpace these scalers like the Sejuani. And even things like Gragas, you don't really see that much anymore. You did see a small return, but quickly looking at how the wave is getting played out, you can see Dopa. He just doesn't want to touch the wave. He doesn't really want to... He wants to red card these 3 minions. I always say, if your champion has an ability that can like has like an AoE ability that can clear the minions out, if you just don't touch the wave early, a lot of the times they'll just like get very low so you can just clear it, get all 3. Other times you got to prep it a bit. You saw him, he put 1 auto in. But Dopa early here, honestly, you don't want to really shove that hard because in an extended lane, obviously, the Kled, if he gap closes on you, you're pretty doomed. So the wave's automatically shoving into FAKER. FAKER just hasn't even CS'd on the wave or shoved. He's holding back. He's going to be shoved under tower, and this is going to allow Dopa to really get control of the lane, but mainly let Peanut control the jungle in the scuttles. Peanut has gone red, scuttle, now he's going bot side scuttle, and there's nothing Sejuani can do, right? Because Dopa shoved in, he's going to move before FAKER. You can see here, Peanut gets a really, really good start on the early game. And this is pretty much all allowed from Dopa's hard shove. The problem here is, I mean, you can't really get an all-in with the Kled, but you have to be a little bit cautious. He gets the ward over bot side, he's fine now. He's going to see if Sejuani comes. The wave shoving back into him now, see what he does. We'll see if he just last hits the minions and tries to deny it. It's going to be really good. Gold card auto. Good trade. The wave is still going to push into him now. He doesn't want to get hard shoved, so you might see him just auto to try and like clear it in a little bit, just so it doesn't go under tower. Wouldn't be surprised, yeah. See the red card there, just making sure the wave's not too big. But it's still a good wave shoving into him. So it's all about just like wave management early. A lot of people always are like, yo, Dopa just seems to, his team just always seems to be in a good position in this bullshit, but a lot of the times, like, he just has such good wave management that he allows to bring pressure without actually having to take any risks. Like this early game, he's taken 0 risks at all, but he's still like thought about the jungle matchup. He's allowed Peanut to do what he wants. Kled's not allowed to move. There's a lot of things, like small things that go into play. When you're playing Twisted Fate especially, because when you come to level 6, you got that map pressure as well. Gets that bone plating, he ain't doing any damage. Building up a CS lead here. Dopa's hardly missed a CS, honestly. Very even wave now. Unfortunately, Dopa has returned to streaming now. He's not hard grinding. He couldn't get to rank 1 on the Korean server, guys. He literally just couldn't get it. He spammed a lot of champions. I thought his account was actually permanently banned, but it wasn't. He came back, played a couple more games, lost a lot of them. And now he's just streaming. Playing what he describes as the top 4 champions, which is Aurelia, Aatrox, Akali, and LeBlanc. He said those 4 champions are too strong right now. as opposed to his Twisted Fate and Kassadin. These champions are too strong, and he just said he's going to start learning them in the preseason. Not much going on early. Red side is doing pretty well. They got a pretty big gold lead. Just coming from CS advantages on the top side of the map, honestly. See how he goes with his build path. Dopa into Talon. I've never seen him play into Kled, but into Talon, he goes Seekers early, and he'll go Tabai as well, and then he'll do the Rod. We'll see if he does it here. He's into a Sejuani, so at level 6, he has to actually really clear, because no cleanse into Sedge is pretty much insta-death if you get CC'd. This is hard shoving in now. He's going to have an opportunity to base if he needs to. We'll see what he decides to do. He's going to look to zone Faker off of the CS wave instead. So when you got big wave stacking, guys, you always have an opportunity to go into a bush and base. So when you come back to lane, they don't have like any time to shove the wave and put your wave under tower, so you're missing a lot. So he decides to hold. He's happy with his farm lead. 10 CS lead right now. I mean, 15, 20 CS lead is pretty much a kill in gold. So you have to understand, like, that's a big-ass lead, especially playing to, like, Faker's Kled. I assume Faker was going to play super aggro, but he hasn't made any aggro plays. Red side picks up the first blood. Wave's continuously shoving. Dopa is level 6 now. We'll see where he looks. Like, into a Scion, it's kind of hard, but it's definitely doable. Zyra Khan, I don't know. I hate ganking Zyra Khan lanes. Just because, like, number one, when Zyra's level 6, she can just ultimate your gold card, and also Rakan can just CC you up and you just get fucking exploded. You get popped. Dopa looking for some zone here. It honestly doesn't matter. You can just see those long range Qs. It's all fine. So Dopa trying to hold the wave, like I always say, guys. He gets those 3 minions, pulls them. So Dopa can't base here. If Dopa bases here, he's going to miss so much farm. Peanut notices it. Dopa pings it. Come help me hard shove this. Probably going to go look for the base here now. CSing on point. Let's see what he buys. I'm actually kind of interested. Seekers arm guard first in these AD matchups, okay. Also the boots, the ruby crystal, he is so tanky right now. Once you get those 15 stacks on the Seekers, he's good to go. So obviously he's not going to complete the hourglass straight up, guys. You get the Seekers, then you go for the Rod. You want to make sure you're getting that Rod around about 14-15 minutes if you can. Obviously, I mean, Dopa, I've said this in videos before, he honestly doesn't give a fuck. Like, he'll build tier 3rd item if he wants to. He just doesn't really care. He just feels like if the item is situationally good, he'll just go for it. Doesn't matter the timing on it. Doesn't matter if it comes in at 40 minutes. He's happy for it. As level 6 now. Bot lane is level 6 Xayah. Level 6 Scion. Just still looking for that lane control. There's really no pressure. Like, when you're playing Twisted Fate, you have to understand, it's pretty much on the enemy team to kind of shut you down and go for aggressive plays. Dopa plays very reactive mostly, so he'll just sit around, mostly look for counter ganks with the ultimate if nothing's like super free. Because obviously, wasting your ultimate is very, very bad. Like, it may sound simple, but it's not just that you don't have an ultimate. It's that the entire map is opened up. Because in Challenger, like he's playing, everybody is aware that Twisted Fate has ultimate. So nobody really wants to make aggressive plays. Like, if you're top side, you're bot side, you're like, fuck, I can't make a play because if I do, the Twisted Fate's going to ult me. It holds the map together like glue. It kind of shuts down plays indirectly just by having ult. It's like hidden pressure. It's really nice. So just holding the CS lead. Peanut's roaming around, getting advantage. Doesn't have a level advantage, but has a pretty big CS advantage. Top side, winning. Bot side, even. It's looking like a really clean game. This is probably going to be the last Faker Dopa game for a long time. Because Dopa... I doubt Dopa will bother playing Korean server. Like, actually try-harding. Oh, here we go. Looking bot side for the ult. Camille's down there. Ult's in. Faker ints. Faker tries to stop the Twisted Fate, but doesn't. Xayah gets a kill. It's okay. Dopa picks up a kill as well. Faker, are you an inter? Looking for a little bit of a trade now. Look at that, dude. That's actually still a lot of damage considering how much armor Dopa has. Bot side engage. Sejuani picking that up. That's actually pretty good. Sedge gonna be hella tanky. Dopa gets the base off for a Rod at 11 minutes. This is the beauty of CSing perfectly, guys. I have to emphasize how important CS is over kills. If you're like a gold player and you're 60 CS now, that Dopa has like an extra fucking like 1.5k or something. It's like, I'm not that good at maths, but that's a ridiculous amount of extra gold just from farming. So if you're getting like 60, 70 CS at 10 minutes, just know that like you're missing out on so much, and you can easily improve your CSing just by going to practice still, testing out just last hitting mechanics. Dopa coming through with the ult. Flashes for it. Doesn't want to waste that ultimate. Peanut looking for an all-in as well. Really nice. Here comes Faker. I think Peanut might drop. Oh, the Zillion ult, man. That's so clutch. Faker flashes out. Peanut gets revived by Zillion. What Dopa does? He's got a hard shove? What's his plan? Like, Faker has to base. Oh, okay. See, if you're this cleared, you really want to stay, man. You really want to stay on the tower because you're gonna lose a lot of CS. So Sedge is gonna pick that up. Faker getting a really good roam off. He has Tiamat now, but Dopa has almost a 30 CS lead. Tiamat is really good. One thing I'm interested in, like Tiamat mids, if they don't have hard C, you just walk up to the wave shove. That's why I think Pyke mid right now is definitely underrated. I really need to put more games into Pyke. I've only played 1 or 2 games, but I think Pyke mid is definitely good right now after lethality buffs for him, for his ratios. Dopa clearing in. He's getting really good poke off onto Faker now. Show me that Q. I want to see if these Qs. Is he going to try and Q? Yep. So obviously he knows. That Aether Wisp must have been super important for that backline Q clear. It makes it really nice to clear into Faker. They got to expend a lot of health, honestly, clearing these waves, rather than them hitting the tower and missing some. Gets that pink in the mid lane. Obviously, a lot of high elo mids. You ward deep. If you're versing Talon, Twisted Fate, Aurelion, a deep control ward in the lane is going to really help you. Fucking hell, really good engage by the Kimmer. Should be free. Thank you very much. Peanut picks it up. A very deep control ward in the lane, guys. Control ward? Vision ward. Yellow trinket. Is that what they call it? No, control wards. I always call them pink wards. But it's going to help you determine which side they're roaming towards, and you can ping accordingly. So if you see TF like roaming bot side with your ward, you just start pinging it off, and the enemy, like your team, can actually see where he's going to be leaning towards, which helps. But Dopa puts his control ward in the mid lane, sweeps it out, makes sure there's no vision of him. Means every time he goes out of vision, he's creating pressure. One of the things that Magic Felix likes to do, he doesn't like to roam as much. He more so likes to go out of goes into the fog of war and just make the enemy team nervous. They don't know his position. Moving towards the mid lane. One thing I really wanted to see, Mo, Yasuo versus Faker or Dopa. It would have been a fucking beautiful matchup. But Dopa's not playing anymore. Faker hardly plays, but hopefully we'll see it. Mo's been playing really well. I think his Masters right now. He's got plenty of time if he can do a challenge rush. The problem with that elo is just their MMR gains. Like when I was over in Korea, you know, it's plus like 12, 13, minus 23, 24. So you've got to like really go on a big ass streak. I ran about 150 LP in Masters. Your points go back to like plus 17, minus 17ish. That's why a lot of the right accounts can climb earlier and a lot easier, because the right accounts aren't getting that MMR. If they get it in the first like 40, 50 games, so they get to Master Tier, which is possible, you're still getting plus 23, minus 11, 12. But on a normal account, it's very fucking hard. In the game now, we got some completed items. This Victor's got a Lost Chapter, which is kind of interesting. He's gone the full AP. Going for full AP build. Which is not usual, but I mean, he's just putting this Scion into the dirt right now. He's a huge CS lead. Dopa picks up the Lich Bane. Fucking hell, that's quick, man. Look at those items, man. He's 103, and look at those items at 17. That's actually insane. The additional income from Twisted Fate's passive is honestly just helping so much. Dodges out the Rakan there. Beautiful. Has his flash. I don't think Sedge has ult. Flash is out of the distance there. Not sure if it really helped, but he just did it in case. Gonna come in for a Q. He has ult. See if he drops it. Looking for the Sedge. It's the Sedge. Needs the... Ooh! Sejuani gets out. That's unfortunate. He wasted a lot there. Flash and ultimate. Fake, you're gonna drop down here. Dude, Fake is actually insane. How does he live? Peanut flashes. Okay, they get 2. Beautiful. What do they get? They should get Herald off this. Blue and Herald. Green Solid is so poggies, man. Let's see when Dopa starts to side lane. It's 19 minutes in, he's very far ahead. A lot of the times in the higher level matches, he just starts hitting a side lane up now. We'll see if he just goes bot side and just clears and picks up huge farm leads. Obviously like a 1-3-1 scenario is pretty good. Ezreal, once Ezreal and Zillion drop this top tower, they'll probably transition to a 1-3-1 with Victor in a side and TF in a side. Ezreal Zillion is really good for a 1-3-1. Things like Siva, things like Ezreal, things that like can't really get collapsed on and can wave clear pretty well. It's really good to put mid lane, let your outers do work. Dopa in the side lane now. Who's going to match him? The Scion. Sejuani looking for it as well. Does Dopa drop here or no? No. That doesn't have ult yet. Victor probably gets this actually. He has a lot of AP. Really good flash by Zaya, gets in there. Dopa has ult, gets those Merc treads. This is what I mean. It's really hard for the enemy team to make like proactive plays without getting shut down, but it's like a TF ult, and he always has it, so like it just makes them kind of nervous. Drops in there, he's 10 CS per minute. His team's actually 7,000 gold ahead with only 6 kills. Mainly because they've just opened the map up so much. You can't kill him. Just wants to harass a little bit. Harass as much as possible. He's gonna try and shove this under tower. I want to see where he puts his vision, man, because he has no vision at the moment. It's always small things like looking at where he puts the vision, because a lot of bronze, like not bronzes, but a lot of like diamonds even, they always struggle with split pushing because they don't understand how important it is to have the vision before you hard commit, or at least know the enemy cooldowns. So he's gonna look for this tower here. He doesn't have flash, so he actually has to be pretty careful. The Sion pressuring in. The Kled is probably on ult as well. But the Dopa has no ult. I think he's dead. Let's see if Faker... Oh my fucking... Wait, no way. He drops the Sion, and he's out as well. Oh, they actually... I feel sad for Faker. They got bamboozled, bro. Dopa probably having a little bit of a smirk on his face right now. Dopa gonna pick up that bot lane tower. Goes for the Mercs as well, so... The reason you go Mercs is because it's literally just for Sejuani and Rakan, guys. Because on Twisted Fate, like, for a while, Dopa was running Cleanse into Sejuani's. Like, if he was running to Sejuani Lissandra, you could have seen a Cleanse or something. But if you don't run that Cleanse into Sedge, you have to go Mercs. If you go Ninja Tabba, you're CC'd for like 12 days. You're literally just CC'd. Probably until Season 9. So that Mercs, they're just going to help you out so much with that tenacity, guys. I just want to see the lane allocations here. I'm thinking 1-3-1 is the best, but obviously if they're overextending mid, it's going to be free kills. Go for red cards. That should have been a gold. Oh, fuck. Imagine if he got that. I'm like... Insta gets the gold card. Cleans it up. A little bit of a misplay there, but it works out in the end. Camille is such a dirty jungler. God, I hate that jungler. Honestly, I hate that jungler with such fucking passion. Go with a 2-level advantage now. As the Hourglass, he's probably going for that Void into Death Cap. So look what Dopa's doing now. He's just trying to apply as much pressure as he can. Burns that flash. Faker's going to be a little bit too far behind, I think. He doesn't have ult though. He has Hourglass still. Just brings all the pressure. This is what Dopa does a lot. They hard commit for him, but he survives. And it's so important to survive there, because now they have complete Baron control. Doesn't have his ult though, so he has to get a little bit closer. So he'll try and push that mid lane wave and then walk through for vision control and pressure. Beautiful pick there. Sedge no ult. Fucking old Peanut. Drops them all there. Really good hard engage. It should be a turn. Ooh, Faker's going really hard now. Picks up a kill. I feel like it should be a turn for the Baron, but they're kind of just going to greed for these kills, I feel. There's actually literally one. There's only one mode in Korea, and that's just go ham. Dopa ults up. He's going to look for that engage mid, but decides just to go for that top side. Pressure it in. They're going to get mid lane towered as well, most likely. Is Ezreal good? I actually don't know. Is Ezreal good now? I see more Ezreals, but they always seem to struggle to me, but I feel like it's just the Ezreals playing it. Yep, drops that topside tower. I think Ez may die. Yeah. Oh my days, really good QSS. Rakan's a broken champ. Rakan gets the kill. Dopa looking for a base in here. He's gonna have a lot of fucking gold. He's like 11 CS per minute right now. Outright void stuff by 2 controls. At this stage of the game, if you still have a Dorrance, guys, sell the Dorrance, pick up 2-3 controls. It is so important for Baron pressure to buy controls. Whenever I do OpGG reviews, one of the first things I look at for mid laners, especially, is if you buy control wards. Even top laners as well. You may be like, oh shit, I'm wasting gold in buying these items, but the thing is, you can play so much more aggressive with vision. Oh fuck, I think Dopa has no flash. He has Hourglass. He wants to drop to with his Zillion ult. Fine, going straight in the back line. What the fuck's happening? Could be a Baron play here. Peanut goes in. They're just looking for the ace, man. Let's see what their decision making is. In hit. Ezreal dies. So you actually Ezreal actually dies. So they're gonna look for the they're pinging the Baron, but I don't know, man. Dopa ports in and they say we're gonna go for it. I mean, Peanut has that much damage, it's fine. But still. Dopa had to use his port for it, and he wanted that big ass fucking bot lane wave. Let's see who picks that up. If that was me, I'd try and I'd be super greedy recall and try and pick it up. Sylvie sells 2 controls for a blasting wand. Why blasting wand, I wonder? What's left to buy from blasting wand? Banshees. Is that what he's going for? Banshees? Maybe to negate the Sedge and Rakan ults. But once again, guys, you can see in this game, it's not as though Dopa is just insane fucking 1v9 styling everyone. It's not really his playstyle. He makes little to no mistakes, keeps complete map control through a lot of wave clear and really good positioning, lane allocations as well. He always knows where to be. It's a lot of macro gameplay from him. Not really much so micro. In lane, he just held with wave management and played perfectly. But other than that, man, I mean, he just clears waves. He knows what to do, knows where to be. And if you're playing something like TF, this is how you play. But if you're playing something like, let's say, Irelia or LeBlanc, it's a little bit of a different playstyle. You've got to pressure a lot early. So looking for the close in here. I reckon they'll probably get it easily. This is going to be the last, I guess. This is going to be the last FAKER vs Dopa 1v1 for a long ass time. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It was just a slow, methodical game. Not really that much to talk about, but a lot to look at, little things to notice. And I guess until next time, I'll catch you later.